Though the meditations on this podcast might be bright as a flame, the language and themes can be smoky as an extinguished candle. On this episode, we're reflecting on the meditation about change from James Buckley, A Quieted Mind. Hey y'all, I'm Grace, and this is Mediocre Mystic, the podcast where we explore how mediocre makes the world go round and how mediocre works in mysterious ways. Thanks so much for joining me and James. Please take a moment to subscribe, follow, rate, and review Mediocre Mystic on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or any of the platforms where you find podcasts.
We all know what we've been through, what we're still going through. And we know that we still have a long way to go to return to what we might call normal, let alone perfect. The world has changed, and it continues to change. In this human existence, our mind wants to trick us into believing in permanence. We look for something, anything solid and unchanging that we can lean onto or grasp to feel secure. The truth is this: the only guarantees we have are that things have changed, things are changing, and things will change. To view things as they are is to know that the nature of all things is to change. Perfect is an illusion, an imaginary concept based on a hypothetical ideal. If we can retrain our thought patterns and habit energy in a way that frees us from these hypothetical ideals based on imagined realities, we will suffer less. We must start off with facing reality as it really is. Part of this is a realization that whatever is happening now, whatever conditions are present at this moment, will change. The things that we have been through, the changes we endure, the losses we grieve, they're all passing over us like clouds in the sky. Everything is fleeting. So be here. Be now. And know that this, too, is already changing.
During the pandemic, we all got weary of the term new normal. Since COVID-19 has become manageable with treatment, we all long to return to that which was normal. We hear it during tumultuous times in world government. We just want to return to a time that was normal. When we're going through our own seasons of grief, we'd just like to feel normal. When our minds are racing with anxiety, we'd like our brains to think normal. When we deal with illness, we'd like our bodies to perform normally. But what is this normal we speak of? I think it's that illusionary perfection James is encouraging us to let go of. I'm sure you're familiar with that old saying that normal is just a setting on your dryer. Now, I'm a person who loves language, and I often say of cliches that they are cliches for a reason. Often there's much truth to be found. And in another time, as our language evolves, they might be thought of as wise maxims rather than trite platitudes. At any rate, the one that comes to mind for me is, "This too shall pass." To avoid that stale nature of a cliche, the practice of intention aids us in making meaning. We often say it in a difficult time, well, this too shall pass. But it's just as important to remember it in times of joy and ease. This too shall pass. So enjoy that moment. Sneak it away, cherish it in your heart. Stock up for those times that will be more difficult and you'll need to reach back in for that which you held on to, knowing it too would pass. If we stay in the present, be here, be now, as James encourages us, knowing that change has not only happened, is not only coming, but indeed is happening in this very moment, then we can live in reality rather than the perception thereof, or something we might also call illusion. Now that you've heard from James and me, I want to hear from you. How did this meditation inspire you? Call or text me at 980-355-9665. Email me at mediocremysticpod@gmail.com. Visit mediocremystic.com and check out the show notes for links to social media and references from this episode. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, and review Mediocre Mystic on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or any of the platforms you find podcasts. If you'd like to hear James's story, go listen to Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2 of 2020. Learn how he found Zen after growing up in fundamental Christianity, deconstructing through progressive Christianity, finally to arrive reconstructing with Buddhism. Until then, may your yang always find its yin, and may you flow in the way of the Zen.